guys, it is now the 27th of April and this is my weather today. Lovely, isn't it? And it's supposed to be like this all day and all day of tomorrow. Happy summer! Hi and welcome to the 6th episode of the Knitting Diaries. Thank you for joining me and thank you for, if you are a returning viewer, for coming back, and if you are new, thank you for checking me out. I don't really start always with these thank yous, and I just wanted to make sure that you know that I really appreciate you coming by and spending some time with me. Today is the 2nd day of May, so again I'm a day late filming, but there is a reason for that, and I will tell you in a little bit. You can find me on Instagram as Inga Rós, Inga.Rós, and Ravelry as Inga Rós U. And I just started, I just got on Periscope account. I haven't done one yet. It's a little bit scary, but I think I will try to do it, to try that out. So if you are on Periscope, come and follow me. That my tag, I think, is just the Knitting Diaries, or you can search for my name, which is Inga Rós. And I will have everything in the show notes for you if you want to check it out. We have a Ravelry group for the podcast. It's the Knitting Diaries, and there are 2, so please be sure to join the right one. The other one hasn't been active in a couple of years, so that probably won't be something you confuse yourself with. I'm looking at my show notes again because if you are a returning viewer, you will know that I am completely blank every time I start filming, so I'm having my show notes here on my computer next to me. What I'm wearing now is crocheted. This is called the Summer Sprigs Lace Scarf. This is made in drops lace, and this was just it's not really big, just like a shawlette or something. It has this nice edging, this picot edging. It hasn't been blocked in a while. I've been wearing it. But it's just this little nice lacy scarf. And if you are following me on Instagram, you will know that there is full reason to still be wearing a scarf in Iceland, because we have had so much snow. Last Thursday was the first day of summer in Iceland, according to the calendar at least. That was a really nice day. It was sunny and it was rather cold, but still a nice day. The day after, it snowed the whole day, and we got, I think, 15 or 20 centimeters of snow. And since then it has just keep snowing. We had nice days in between, and there is no not no snow. There is some snow outside, but nothing really too terrible. But it's not yet springtime, not for me at least. There isn't really a lot to report about the stuff we have been doing. Atli and Unnar have been sick, so these past 2 weeks have been pretty quiet, which means just more knitting time for me, which is great. About the Instagram feed, if you are following that, I posted a picture of a few, and I don't know if you call them campers or RVs or something, that are were on the campsite on the day that it was snowing so much. And it came on our local news blog site, I guess. It's not a newspaper or anything, just, yeah. Okay, I was worried that these poor tourists were just hating the snow in Iceland and the weather because it was really cold and snowing a lot. But as it turned out, it was some American teenagers on some kind of school trip or something, and they loved it, getting all the snow. It was from some part of America that doesn't have snow, so they were thrilled. Yeah, the reason I didn't podcast last night was because on Saturday, one of my best friends celebrated her 40th birthday. And we got together, of course. She had rented a hall, and we were, just partying the night through. I took a picture of the four of us, my 3 closest childhood friends, and it was at 4 a.m. So that I hadn't gone home yet, and it was light again. I remember it probably was dark around 11, and when we got out at 3:30 or something in the morning, it was light again. So it was, yeah, we walked home in a daylight, and I think it was 4:30 in the morning when I got home. So yesterday was a little bit rough, and last night I was just beat. I was not podcaster material at that time. So again, I'm a day late, but I know you'll forgive me. Talking about podcasts, I watch, well, not a lot, but a few. Yeah, probably a lot. But I'm still finding new ones. And last week I found 2 new ones that I really, really like. And I was just surprised at myself that I haven't found them before. I had heard of both of them, I think, yeah. But I hadn't checked them out. And last week I did, and those 2 will be going on my list that I will watch right away. And that is The Knitting Broomstick with Jilly. She is great. She's a little bit of a nerd. She's a Harry Potter fan and a Jane Austen fan, and she is just now starting a Jane Austen knit-along. If you're interested in Jane Austen, go check her out. She's a bit of a mommy brain. I think she has a little girl, at least a new baby. I don't know if it's a girl. Yeah, I think so. So she's fun to watch. And the other one is the Lone Larch podcast with Jenny. And I really like her too. I have just watched the latest episode, but as I said, I really liked her, and she will be going on my watch right away list. She is, according to the one I saw, she films outside. Not maybe every time, but at least that one was, and I know there have been others where she has been outside. She is, I don't know her education, but it has to do with nature and trees and stuff like that. And I, of course, like that because my area has a lot of that. A lot of nature and trees. Yeah, I know it's funny. Yeah. So those 2 will definitely be going on my list. And I also found 2 brand new ones. And those are Pearls Before Swine. She is a new podcaster. I think she has 3 episodes. She's also experimenting with dyeing, so that's a lot of fun. And the other one is Knitting in the Mint Green House. And she is Irish, and she lives in Finland. And I haven't seen another podcast from Finland in English. I know there is another one, but I think that's in just Finnish. So she has 2 episodes out, and so if you're interested in seeing something not in English, she speaks English, but she's not. Okay, I'm gonna take this off. It's hot in here, even it's not outside. She speaks English, but it's not. That's not her local tongue. But yeah, on to klára verkefni or finished objects. I finished my Hermione socks in time for Jilly's podcast. Nei, Nittalong. She was doing a Harry Potter Nittalong too, along with Katie from the Inside number 23. And these are my Hermione's everyday socks. And I think I need to get a sock blocker. That's not something they sell in Iceland, I'm pretty sure. So I was watching Katrina of the Yarn 30 podcast, and she had made her own sock blocker from a hanger. So I'm going to try that. I already found the hanger. I just haven't tried to convert it into a sock blocker. But I found a tutorial. Katrina had just winged hers or something. I don't know. She's very clever or something. But I found a tutorial online, which I will link in the show notes if you want to try to make your own sock blocker. But yeah, I'm very happy with how these turned out. This is my hand-dyed yarn, my speckled yarn, and I love it. And I think these are pretty evenly dyed. There's not a lot of, oh god, yeah. There's not much difference in the saturation of the colors. So I'm very pleased with that. The other finished object, I realize always when I'm editing that I am not really detailed. If you want to know, this is a free pattern by Erika Luther on Ravelry. These were knitted on 2.5mm needles with my Estonian cast on and Kitchener stitch. Kitchener with no dog ears, and I posted, I think, YouTube tutorials in show notes for my episode number 3, if you're interested. The Estonian cast on is stretchy, but doesn't flare or anything like that. And it's really easy, it's just a variation of the long tail cast on. And I really like the edge that comes. When you use this cast on. The other finished object I have is that I finished my little baby sweater. I haven't blocked it or washed it, and the hem is kind of curling at the bottom, but yeah. I followed the pattern, didn't make any changes. The only thing I did was I had 2 more rows between decreases in the sleeves. And that's just because I am a tight knitter and I thought the sleeve was narrowing a bit fast. So I put 2 more rows in between decreases. The buttons are special. These are buttons made from reindeer hooves, and they curl a little bit like this because the hoof's natural and nature is to curve like this. And my uncle makes these. Yeah, this is his logo. don't know why I'm showing you that, because you can't get it anywhere. And I almost didn't get it. This was just at his house. He's not selling these anymore. But these turned out great. I'm really loving it. They may be a little bit big for the sweater, but I think it's okay. Now I just have to wash this, and yeah, then it's ready. It's made from this yarn, which is an important brand, imported for this. This is a knitting store in Hafnarfjörður called handprjón.is. I don't know if they sell internationally, but yeah, that's the yarn. And the pattern is called Blær, and I was helping the designer to translate it into English, and I know that this pattern is now up on Ravelry, and I will link all this in the show notes. And that's it for my for my kláruverkefni of finished objects. I have been doing some dyeing this week, and I had so much fun, and I was really happy. I think I talked about it in maybe the last episode, I don't know, or the before that I had to practice more by blending my colors together, and that I wouldn't be able to get the green I wanted. But look at this. I made green. I was just playing around, and I thought I was just using not a strong enough yellow to produce this light green. But I love it. I was really happy with it. And this one I am loving also. This I dyed black or grey, rolled up like this in the skein, and then I took it apart and I put it in red or pink, and it turned out like this. And I think it's great. I'm just dividing up skeins. These are just 30 grams of yarn, so I'm not experimenting with a full skein of yarn and maybe not getting what I want, or just playing with color or something like that. And I even made this brown, and it's kind of tonal, going all the way to dark brown and almost to this very light brown. And I'm having so much fun doing it. And the last one. This I dyed yellow, twisted in a skein like this, and then I just dunked it really short in grey. So it's just speckled with yellow and greys. And I love this tone too. Don't know what I'm going to do with all of these experiments, but I'll think of something. Shannon of the Socksetra podcast is hosting I think it's called Blanket Blitz, where you work on your sock yarn blanket. And I know I said I wouldn't do a sock yarn blanket because I had no interest in doing it at that time. But now, when I'm dyeing all this yarn, I want to be able to put it in a project that I can go back to and think of. Yeah, this is something I made. So I was thinking I would just do a blanket with my experiments. I don't know what I'm doing with this. To start, and maybe I will do another one with my leftover sock yarn, because apparently I like knitting socks now, and I'm having a lot of leftover sock yarn, which brings me to our verk í vinnslu, or works in progress, and that is some socks. I ordered from Etsy or from the Etsy store called the Cozy Knitter, and she is one half of the Die Another Day podcast, and she is Christina, and I think she does only self-striping. Yeah, this is living in my sock size bags that I make. I'm not selling them yet, but you never know. Yeah, this is on her Bliss base, which is 80% superwash merino and 20% nylon, and these are 115 grams, so these are 385 meters. I think that's really cool, and this is a nautical colorway. She and I think she is Yarn Enabler, the other one of the Die Another Day podcast, and they are really fun too. And these are just, I was thinking of making, I think they are called geeky socks, where you do the slip stitch and that forms some kind of waves in here. But these are my first self-striping socks, so I just wanted to let them, yeah, be what they are. Maybe I will try to dye self-strap. I did try, but yeah, that didn't work out. I'm not gonna go into that right now, but I will probably try doing that again, because these are really fun and I love these colors. I've been getting not a lot, but some packages from overseas, and the last few have been stopped in customs, and I've had to send them emails and stuff saying that no payment has been made, and I'm not supposed to pay customs for this packets and everything. But this one, I was, of course, supposed to pay customs, but I think they just gotten sick of me, because they just sent it to me, and I didn't pay any taxes on it or anything. Not complaining about that. My other work in progress, or my other verkvinnslu, is my Freya. She has been getting a little bit of love, not a whole lot, because I can't knit on her when the boys are awake, or especially Hjörtur when he is awake, because he is always jumping on the sofa, and with this yarn, because it comes apart so easily, I would always be breaking it because he is jumping all around, and I have to put things away quickly and catch him before he falls to the floor, or just jumping on my lap or something. So I don't want to knit on this until he is asleep at night. But I have made a few rows on the pattern, and I am loving the green with the grey one. I think it's gorgeous. But I'm hoping I'm dropping stitches. And I'm hoping I can give this a lot of love the next weeks and finish it, because I want to be wearing it. Because let's face it, I live in Iceland, and the Icelandic summer is not that warm. Or at least in the evenings, it's good to have something to wear, something nice and warm. So those are my work in progress. And now it's time for the post hole with, or the mailbox. And I got 2 packages. The other one I started to talk about last week, but I didn't want to go into it until I had it with me and I could show you, because yeah, I'm gonna take a break now. Sorry about that, but my husband came in. I think I was starting to talk about my package that I got in the mail. And to do a little introduction, Melissa of the Spicy Homemaker and Brittany of the Sip and Stitch podcast are doing a knit-along called The Knitting Games. It's a long knit-along, and they are involving other podcasters in all kinds of podcasters challenge. And the first challenge was to make swants. And swants are sweaters that you turn into pants. And yeah, that's a Stephen West thing, I think. And yeah, and they made swants. Melissa, Gabby of a Once Upon a Corgi podcast, Brittany of the Sip and Stitch podcast, and Ali and Abby of the Get Lit and Knits podcast. And then they put up threads in their groups, and the viewers voted, and Gabby won. Gabby of the Once Upon a Corgi won, and she got a massive package to give to her viewers, which they all contributed something to the prize, and I won that prize. And that came in the mail, and as I said, it is huge. I got this flooded bag with little sheeps and balloons, and this green polka dot, and the same on the inside. And this is by More Designs. I think I'm saying that right. Here's a card. This way. And this is really well made. It's beautiful and quite roomy too. And it has this handle that I can just clip off. And I really like that. I might be trying to do that with my bags too. Because you don't always need a handle, but it's a good thing to have if you do. There were some stuff too. These field notes. There were 3, but I've already started using one. There's a washi tape. And pens and stickers. All kinds. I love this mustache one. It's funny. And then this Notion bag. And this is from Bags by Awesome Granny. And I love this. It's so colorful. And it has this super pull and a flap. What do you say? Something. And it has a needle cozy. And this is my first needle cozy and my first Notion bag too. With this pink on the inside, and it's so glittery. I don't know if you can see that. Yeah, and it is. So it's a glitter fabric, and inside that were really cool stitch markers and progress keepers, and one of them is a sucre, and I love it. It is a little pizza progress keeper. I think it's great. I love this one. And here's another progress keeper, which I haven't even taken out. I haven't started using any of this besides the Fields notebook, because I wanted to show you. and it's this little, and it says, oh, on the other way, it says handmade, and it's not focusing at all, but yeah. And the last one is this, and it's a row counter or a stitch counter, which you can, and this is a stitch marker, and I love this. And last but not least is a skein of Gabby's yarn. She is hand dyes yarn, and she makes bags on Etsy, and she is Once Upon a Corgi on Etsy. And this is Spilt Tea colorway, and it is superwash merino, nylon, and silver stellina. And this is my first stellina yarn, so I was really happy about that. And look at it, it's beautiful. Don't know what this will be, but I really love it. It's amazing. And I always like to look at it unwound because I want to see where she puts the colors and what it will look like in the pot. And I think it's great. It's really pretty. Yeah. So that was one packet. I got another one, and that came from all the way from Greece, because I have a viewer there, Margaret, who was making a Freya, and she needed a contrasting color. She was knitting it with, I think it's white. She has posted pictures of it on in our Ravelry group, and I think it's white. And I offered to send her, because it's only one plate you need of the contrasting color, and one skein of einband to go along with that, to crochet around the border to strengthening it up a bit. So I offered to send her some, because she needed a contrasting color, and she's wanted to send me some Greek chocolate instead. And of course she was just supposed to send a chocolate or a candy, but I'll show you. She sent these. These are, I don't even know what they're called. I think they're called baklava or something like that. It's a Greek candy, and it's a really nice flavor. It's just the texture I'm not so sure about. But my husband loved it, and I have been hiding this so I can show you. And of course, as I said, she was just supposed to send the chocolate, but she didn't. She sent this skein of cotton yarn. I think she said that is in Greek there is not much wool producing. They only mostly produce cotton yarn, so she sent me this. Don't know what I'm going to do with it yet, but I will surely think of something. So thank you, Margaret. I'm checking my notes if I'm forgetting something, and we are mostly done. But I decided I would start our first knit-along, and since it's summer in most part of the world, I know it's getting colder somewhere else, but at least with me, I am in for some warm weather, I hope, sometime. I wanted to make myself a summer top, something lightweight and airy and pretty. And I found a pattern for it. And you don't have to make this particular top. You can make anything you want, just so long as it is, well, how do you say, sport weight is the heaviest yarn you knit with. But this is gorgeous top. Look at it. It's a pattern from Tin Can Knits, I think. No, Tin Can Knits. It's a pattern, and it's a pattern on Ravelry. I think it's a paper pattern. And I think it is gorgeous. So I am going to be starting that this week, and I am going to run the knit along all through the summer. So there's no pressure. It's going to be at least through August. So you can just join in whenever you like. This is the yarn I'm going to make, and this is not a color. Oh, it's not quite that pink. It's more peachy than that. Yeah. This is Cascade Yarns Forest Hills, and it's 51% silk and 49% merino wool. And as usual, they don't name the colorways, so it is this 140715 colorway. No, that's the lot number. Sorry, it's a color 05. Reading you the wrong number. And this is going to live in my project bag that Sarah sent me from the Reluctant Sisters. We did a swap, and I now showed the packets I sent her on their last episode. This is not a color I would go for normally, but this is the only lace weight yarn in my local yarn store besides einband, and I didn't want to make that beautiful top out of einband and have it be all scratchy and stiff. Even though the einband, it does soften up a lot when you wash it, it's still a bit scratchy. And this is really soft and nice. So I think that will be a beautiful top. Jacqueline of the Knitting Brooklyn Knit Folk, and Katrina of the Yarn 30 podcast are also having a knit along in their shows, in their podcast, and that is, I think it's just called Summer Lovin'. That's not for a top specifically, but anything that you can count as summer knitting. So you can probably, if you join my knit along, and I will put up a thread in Ravelry when this is uploaded, where you can show me your yarns and your patterns. I might even put links to, when I was shopping for patterns, I looked at quite a few, and there are some really nice ones out there, and I might put links to those just to give you an idea of for a top you can knit. But I think I've talked about everything that I wanted to. Just glazing over my notes. Yeah, the hashtag on Instagram will be, for this knit along, will be TKD, or the Knitting Diaries Summer Top KAL, and I will of course put all of this in the show notes for you, so you can easily find it. The show notes are in the down bar on YouTube and also in our Ravelry group for each episode. But other than that, I think I'm done. So thank you for watching, and if you like what you see, please subscribe to the channel, and I will see you next time. Bye bye.